I didn't practice on Wednesday. But, I mean, it looked pretty good in practice on film. And then, I mean, it was up for the game. And we actually called it before we actually ran it. We called a time before, but we didn't have the right look. So we killed it and got to our run play. And, I mean, knowing Ben, I knew he was gonna come back to it. So he came back to it, had the right look, and so I knew the play was on. We're running the play, and as soon as the ball was snapped, I just hear the crowd go, "Ooh!" I'm like, perfect. I mean, everyone's thinking he probably fumbled it, and then I look back and it's a touchdown.
Some coaches would get laughed out of the room proposing an idea like that. What is it when Ben brings that to you guys think this actually might work?
Yeah, I mean, we think every play is going to work that he has. Obviously, Ben's smart. He's watching tape, tendencies, things that work, things that can work, and so almost all the plays that he draws up, there's a reason behind it and there's intent behind it. So and we understand that, and so any play that he draws up for us, we're trying to execute so we can win in the game.
You guys are great, man. Hey, St, just coming off of last week with the first loss since sometime earlier and the injuries, just what does this win mean for this team? Does it mean for this team psychologically or emotionally?
Yeah, it was a big win for us. We know the type of team we are. We know the guys that we have in this locker room. Last week was tough, but I mean, I think the outside was more worried than actually us as a team was, because we know the type of players that we have in this locker room, the coaches, this is what we've built. And one game is not going to, deter us from our end goal and what we're striving to do. So it was a good win, though, for us to get back on track and, build this momentum up again.
How well do you think the run and the pass complemented each other today?
It was awesome. Demo was down, but I think Craig, Jamal, they stepped up big. Vaki, Jameer, more of a load this game, obviously, but he did great. And Jared played lights out.
So you guys caught, I understand, the tail end of the Eagles game in the locker room. That's kind of why we were delayed, right?
Yeah.
What was the reaction?
I mean, I was watching on my phone, had a few of my teammates watching. I think Jared was ahead of me, so he was on the other side of the locker, and I just hear him yell. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, the Commander scored. I said, let's go. So I still want to see how they scored, but, I mean, I'm glad, finally got some help from some other teams, but at the end of the day, we control our own destiny. We got to keep winning.
Is that fun part of the charm, like the end of the season, you're watching what's going on, you can finally kind of somewhat care about what's going on around the league?
Yeah, I watch football every week, not just toward the end of the season. I really watch our division for almost every week, so I'm tuned in. Like last week, I was watching the Bears-Vikings, hoping the Bears would win, but I'm watching every week. Even like the Commanders-Bears game when they had the Hail Mary, I was jumping up and down like you thought I played for the Bears. So I'm tuning in every week, but it does get a little more interesting towards the end of the year.
I'm shifting gears to this week. Obviously, we know what it is. Y'all playing the 49ers rematch last year, NFC Championship. How much is that fueling y'all? And is it an opportunity maybe you had closure to last year? Or is last year even a factor into this year at all? This year?
I think for me personally, I want to win. I remember that feeling walking off that field last year and didn't feel good. So going in there, we obviously all want to win, but I think there is going to be, I don't know if it's going to get brought up or not, but I feel like each player that was here last year knows the feeling that we had last year, and we want to go in there and hopefully, come out with a dub. But we got to prepare the right way. And they're a good team. The record that they have, I feel like, doesn't really show what kind of team they are. They can put up points in a hurry, and they have a good defense.
What did it feel like last year? Can you just put that into words? Like how much did it hurt?
Yeah, it was. I played a few. In college, not really any big games, but in high school, when you think those are the biggest games of your life, I lost, in the CIF when I was in high school, my junior year. That one hurt. But I would say that game was probably up there with one of the worst L's that I've had in my life, in my football career. So just the way everything played out was just, it was like a horror movie. But we're back, new year. We got a chance to redeem ourselves, so I think we're pretty excited.
What kind of step do you feel like Jamo's taking this year? He's on pace to crack 1,000 yards despite missing those 2 games. Just where have you seen him take his game to the next level this season?
Yeah, he's been balling. I think, I get asked this question like 20 times a year, so I'm trying to figure out a different way to answer it. He's getting better in all facets, whether it's literally on the football field, watching film, understanding coverages, in the run game. He's just getting better in, as a whole, as a person, as a player, and I think it's showing on the field. And I know he's excited. We're excited for him, but I told him he got to get 1,000 before the season's over. So we're going to make sure we get that.